Hey, good evening, my CEOs. How you guys doing today? I always want to make mention when I talk about CEOs, I'm talking about those of you that are creators, those of you that are empowering entrepreneurs, both for yourself as well as others, and those of you that operate at a high performance level. Today, I just want to have a moment of your time. I want to thank those of you who have viewed my YouTube channel, CEO 369 Consulting. I also want to thank those of you who have subscribed. It means a heck of a lot to me. Uh, it is something today I was thinking about the abundance that we have through our beliefs and our thoughtfulness, especially as CEOs going into the major holidays. It's not just the notion of the holidays, but I think CEOs throughout the year have an abundance of uh, thoughtfulness as well as belief. I know when we do our online e-commerce business, we're always looking for ways to give back to our community, to be thoughtful in the things that we did. And it also speaks to our belief system because that's very important to me as well as my wife. You know, I often like to ask and see what do CEOs, when you take a moment and you pause on the power of your belief and how it shapes not just your world, but the world of those that you serve. Like when we go out and we do our pop-up shops, especially uh, because we don't have a brick and mortar, that's right there. It's just a true blessing. I'm probably going to try to figure out a way to record uh, in some manner, some way. Sometimes the conversations that both me and my wife get involved with the people that come to our pop up shop, to our business, when we're out in the community, sometimes it's so fascinating. We may get caught up in a conversation with one person and forget that we have other customers that we are trying to uh, that we need to serve because they want to purchase our product. And I am grateful to those people because I believe they can hear that deep intent of our conversation, so they allow for it. It's not like they put our product down and walk away. They just are grateful that we take time with each and every person. I mean, it's not just like get something and get gone. You know what I mean? That's truly serving the community. That's what I like to think, and how it transforms our business. People recognize us out in our community, in the organizations, the things that we do, and just that thoughtful approach helps to make Rooted Vines what it truly is. And again, you can check out our website at myrootedvines.com. We greatly appreciate it. My wife, I think I showed you guys some of the product. We're coming up with different ideas going into the holiday season, and we would really appreciate it if you would just go check us out. If you have purchased our products before, be so kind if you leave a review, let us know how we can improve our product, and we would be ever so grateful that way. Um, a lot of times, those of us that are CEOs, we don't understand the power of our belief and how that belief sets the foundations for the decisions that we make. And that's a critical piece. I remember I spoke about my children and raising them. I had three principal words that governed how I wanted them to carry and see themselves out in the real world, and that's honor, love, and respect. Because you have to honor yourself in order to honor someone else. You have to love yourself in order to love someone else. And you have to respect yourself first and foremost before you can respect others. Some people think it, oftentimes when you do show a sign of respect, you're like you're being taken advantage of. Truly not the case. When you talk about the neuroscience behind a belief system influencing behavior and culture, it is ginormous. It's mega big. It is so crucial in how you see your belief and able to walk in it, to be about your business. Or as Marlon Marshawn Lynch would say, I'm about my I'm about my action, boss. That Marshawn Lynch is one of the coolest NFL players in the world. My son sent me a video. He's about to be in another movie. Just he just always said, he's about that action, boss. And I truly think that's what lost them that last Super Bowl that they were in, being on the 1 yard line and not giving him the ball. But I got to bring my cortisol level down. It's all that anxiety that builds up in me whenever I think about. Yes, I am a Seahawks fan. Uh, Call to action for those of us that are CEOs: take a moment to reflect. What your core beliefs does define you as a leader, especially those of you that are in a leadership position. You have your own business. You're creating your own product. It could be art. It can be music. Whatever. You're that one that's out there on the front. Are these beliefs empowering or limiting your ability to grow as well as to serve? Remember, prior to Dr. Martin Luther King being assassinated, he said, "It's no greater thing than to be of service to others." And I think that would go a long way if we but only know how to serve one another. And that action, it becomes this ripple effect through your thoughts, discussing the connections between your mindset. I told myself today I was going to try to hold back from a mentor, but it's the same token when I'm reading about consulting. Alan Weiss states the obvious: it's all about building that relationship. How do you build that relationship, form that tight bond? It goes from person that you see on the street, that you develop this intimate engagement as a consultant, that you share, that person shares information with you, you, through way of questioning and asking questions, determine how you are able to assist that person to help them to grow personally and or professionally. There are a lot of examples, when it comes to abundant thinking that lead to creative solutions. Hell, I mean, you have Graham Bell, who, how many times did he go over the cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle the process for the light bulb? But guess what? It wasn't until Lewis Latimer invented or created that filament that could hold that electrical charge that we now have these beautiful things we call light bulbs or sources of light. It's just steeped within us. You can go back in history. You can see people trying to do some modern things. I think, like, we started out the creation of just very small drones, but now there are these larger drones, delivery systems. I mean, it just becomes so impactful, and in the way that we do on a day in and day out basis, the business and all those things that we live with. A lot of practical applications. Uh, Daily mindful exercise. I think I told you guys the other day about the Navy SEALs, and I would say once again, taking those breathing exercises to help you to ground yourself about those things that you are trying to put forth into um, to the world, what you're creating, that you're trying to bring forward. You as an entrepreneur, empowering entrepreneur, what great idea do you have that you want to bring forth? I even say myself as a consultant, what do I want to bring forth? As a day trader, what am I looking? What does my plan looks like when I get in front of that laptop, my laptop, to start my day with trading? How do I do my setups? Which way am I going to look to trade? What am I going to look at? Whether it's support and resistance, or am I going to look at supply and demand? Am I going to follow the trend? It's a lot of things I have to bring into day trading. Running root advice, in talks with my wife, seeing if we have anything going on, leads into the weekend. And I'm talking about it's only Monday, but I want to know what's going on as it leads into it. That impact serves us well, because I like to think that we try to prepare ourselves for everything we do within our community. We share things with people so that it goes back into it. Even the job that I have, uh, when something comes up, I like to be a part of it to ensure that my team, my employees that I supervise, are they have all the tools that they need to ensure that they're getting the things that the things they need so that they can get the job done. Unlike a lot of things lingering too long, far long, it just drags on and on. I like to try to stay true to my values, even during challenging times. If I got to get up, walk away, take a breather, you know, come back to it. I try to dig in. I definitely like to discuss the importance of resilience and loyalty as a leader. You don't have to be loyal to me, you have to be loyal to completing the task or the job at hand. Because at the end of the day, I just signed a time card. I don't cut no checks. At the end of the day in our business, we count our revenue, determine what that next move is going to be. When I'm learning consulting, my engagement with people, I try to get deeper and deeper, go granular, making sure that I get down to the very small portion of what that person wants from me so that I can understand how I can provide that service to them and meet those goals, deadlines, benchmarks that they have for me. A lot of time, I like to implement gratitude. A lot of it is very hard for people to, you know, if a high senior executive manager says something to me like, "Hey, John, thanks for getting that done." I like making sure that they understand that my team or that may be my budget officer got that knocked out. I get the credit just by the appreciation of my employees, seeing that they get the things that they need, that recognition. I know I can get recognition, but I don't do this alone. Sometimes I'm up here at 50,000 feet and my team is down here at, in the trenches making things happen, and vice versa. I like to give thanks and show my gratitude to other people who help me out, especially around the holiday season. Everybody wants to be off, but guess what? Somebody still has to run the shop. So I'm in the office. I could take time off if I need. I like to foster. Think about this. I'm gonna ask you this question: how do you go about fostering collaboration? If you can drop a simple comment uh, in the comment box, just saying, how do you do it? How do you promote collaboration? And with that, promote that abundance by creating a culture of shared knowledge. Because I see this in the work that I do. A lot of people came in around about the same time, and a lot of people are able to retire and depart, and a lot of knowledge is heading out the door. And now they're having to figure out how do they. Sometimes they keep people on. They ask them to come back on in a part-time capacity, and it gives them something still to do, but they're not making that high level. But it's just a thought. How do you go about doing that? I consider it important that shared knowledge and resources within an organization, as well as within your own business, that if you have, is important for the community, because by way of giving back, you then are able to receive input, communication, how to go about making things better overall. Uh, my wife, she attends a program. It's called A Million Cups. I guess they're worldwide. Yeah, I think throughout the United States, almost in every state. And these men and women come together, and what they try to do, they try to help young people, people that are in college, entrepreneurs, small businesses, to grow. And I think it's every Wednesday she attends it. It starts like when I'm leaving. She's leaving out right behind me, and what I like is that they provide them an audience. They network together. They have presenters that come in. I think they had one gentleman, it's called Push 2.0, but he has these wristbands that he has on, and it allows him to share information. You just tap his wristband and shares your information. Like if you have a business or if you're trying to give a person your phone number, that information pops up based off of the QR code. And she was talking about it. I said, "Oh yeah, I know him. He's collaborating with, I believe it's Isaac Hayes' grandson or son. Is just they're doing some phenomenal work. Isaac Hayes' grandson is creating. It's called Fan Base, and he has Push 2.0. Just awesome, So my wife gets to be in those type of environments, taking all those ideas and bringing them back to Rooted Vines, so then we can implement some of those things and put it into practice. I put it into practice in my work. I'm sure she does with the work she'll be starting with remote work. But it's just phenomenal, and it helps us to grow as far as what we do next. That's the best part about abundance. And it says abundance is not something we acquire, it is something we tune into. And it's by a gentleman named Wayne Dyer. Once you understand abundance, you begin to tune into it. It's like blowing a balloon, how you can grow, and to the extent that you can grow without popping. And even if it does pop, it may seem like a failure to some, but then that lets us know what we need to do next. And I cannot believe I got through this without, saying anything truly. I love Robert Sharma. I consider him my mentor. But I was grateful to be able to have a conversation talking about abundance and how you as CEOs put abundance of your belief and the thoughtfulness that you put into it and what you truly get out of it. I would deeply like if you, the CEO, the person that comes across this video, would share, and would add a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. Things that I stress is honor, love, and respect. And I truly do believe that each and every one of us have it within ourselves to do just that. So until next time, as my mentor Robert Sharma would say, elevate your morning, own your morning, elevate your life. I knew if I didn't mention them often, I would have a drop. But anyway, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.